I started playing Minecraft when the jungle biome came out. No longer was this just a block game to be explored, but a world to be lived in. And in order to get that feeling that I once had as a kid, I decided to head back to the jungle once again. Just like old times, I spawned into my Minecraft jungle-only world as the sun began to rise. It was quickly apparent to me that this place was lush and full of green life to be explored. And after surviving 500 days in the desert, this was a very welcome change of pace. As always, I got straight to the Minecraft basics, such as chopping down my first tree, adding my first pair of wooden tools, and then dropping down into the caves, where I started to get my first stone blocks and pieces of coal. Night eventually came across my jungle-only world, but without a bed, we continued to head deeper into the caves. Until, on the following day, we started to wander across the river. I remember it being refreshingly warm and the sounds of the jungle birds that day. After a bit of searching, we eventually came across what would be our home for the 100 days. And so, with a bone to pick, I immediately set out to start farming and then got around to clearing out our area. Eventually, an hour or two later, after collecting enough wood, it was time for us to start to make a starter base. Now, during these 100 days, we'll try our best in order to use the limited materials that we have based on the environment, but I do think that during the builds that we make good use of them, especially in the barrels that we have on the pillars of each wooden block. I was able to scavenge up some mossy cobblestone and mossy cobblestone bricks, which we put into the wall of the build as well. And then, for the outer roof trim, we used oak planks with jungle planks for the inner lining. During the streams where we made this build, we were welcomely joined by the cat editor, Lewis the Dewis, Actual Pug, The Winter's Gem, and Fiery Zane Studios, along with Serotonin Setups and Bros. And so, after a bit more decoration and farmland expansion, it was time for us to head down to go diamond mining. We were kept company by hordes and hordes of mobs. Where eventually I needed a change of pace and set on off into the jungle in order to find ourselves some sheep and some cows. This took us a couple of days, and our journey was intermittently spaced with more mining. By the time that we got home and the cows were all settled, we went right back to work. It was time to get ourselves prepared for our next build. Eventually, when the land was cleared out and ready for building, we got straight to work. One of our Slipper Plus members, Mari, was in dire need of a build. And so we set off to make her an enchanting cottage on the jungle riverside. Now, although the first part of this video has been very commentary and cinematic vibe, the rest will be quite a different vibe. Because, without further ado, it's time that we catch up live. Well, welcome to my jungle crib. We have definitely successfully taken on the Nether. I didn't die at all, I swear. But I hope that you have enjoyed the cinematics that we have had so far in the video. But as of this point in time, I am going to be challenging myself to be recording every other bit live so that I can bring you through the playthrough even more closely, which is something that I'm excited to experiment with doing. So you'll have to let me know how things end up going, and if you like the more intimate sort of style that this video will take going forward. And it's very quickly worth giving a bit of a world tour if this is the first time that I'm actually recording live and showing you things. I was in Spain recording the first part of this video, and we're back in the United States, but my audio quality back in Spain really just was not too good, so it is worth bringing us inside to the interior of our Stutter house right here, where you will notice that we have a banner and a stone cutter and a little bedding area with some jungle logs for the floor right here, and a little cup with a potted plant and a furnace, and not too much, just a humble little Stutter base area, everything that we need so far. Although we definitely could make a little bit more of an interior now that it is officially day 54 in our 100 days in the jungle. But we also have our second building right here with the first ever time that I've used lodestones in this world. They're such a beautiful block, and I really hope that I can use them more going forward. But we have Mari's Cozy Abode, one of our Slipper Plus, and also one of the fun things about recording this video from here going forward is that we're also going to be doing pretty much everything on live stream. And so thank you everyone that is watching this live. But over here in this beautiful looking house that we have, we can head inside to another kind of cool looking interior that's not complete fully at the moment. We have a potted mushroom plant right here, and then some decorated pots with even more saplings, along with a lone enchanting table that will probably end up moving at some point. Over here we have Sleepy Obama and Ace 8 along with Cobb, a couple of other people that have hung out with us on live stream while we've been playing in this world as well, along with another little bedding area for Mari, and some barrels for storage, and a couple of paintings on the walls, and everything just looks really beautiful in my personal opinion. We can head outside this door where we don't really have anything going on, just the rain and a little bit of storage over to the left here. But now that we have taken on the Nether and gotten what we need in order to get a brew in, you could say, I think that it's very important that we get ourselves some more diamonds so that we can have a full set of diamond enchanted armor. And as you can see, with only 9 levels to our name, we're going to have to do a little bit more in terms of getting XP as well. So I do think that we're going to have to get to continue to collecting some wheat. So I think that the next best thing for us to do is to clear out this whole field of wheat and maybe get to expanding it as well. Which for me in particular, I feel like farming is one of the most satisfying things that you can do in the game. You end up putting up just a little bit of effort that compounds over time. You also get such a visual contrast when the crops turn from yellow wheat just like this to green saplings in the ground. I feel like it is such a satisfying thing to see. And even when you're expanding your farmland as well, being able to see the green grass turn into brown, into the darker shade of hydrated water, and then having the green on top with the saplings, I feel like it's one of the easiest, most relaxing ways to just enjoy your time in Minecraft. And Hayes asks, what are your plans with this world? Well, we are now about halfway, and I am enjoying coming up with everything that we're doing kind of just by the moment. So I do have a feeling that we will get to expanding our area over here with another build and make this into a congested village. However, at the same time, I do have a feeling that I do want to try my best to take on the End and try to fight the Ender Dragon, which I would probably have to do without shaders on, but I have not beaten the game in a very long time, and I am no pro at doing it and will be very prone to death. But I do think that given our rate of progress and luck and success in this world, it is worth taking on the dragon and seeing what we can do. I know that there are a lot of videos that are very long that can perform very, very well when, they're like the 2 to 3 hour long movies. And I think that a lot of people, myself included, get imposter syndrome when, especially for me, I love having such like a cinematic and polished touch to my builds and everything like that. It's really easy to put on Minecraft videos for me at this point in time and just make tons of cinematics, but going for a post-com voiceover or going for a lot of like real recorded, commentary, we will head to sleep for the night. And honestly, carrots are a crop that I feel like I never really use. And the contrast that you can see with the orange sticking out is something that maybe we can take more advantage of too. But we'll punch out the last couple of wheat crops that I happen to have missed and maybe munch on some steak because it's looking like we're quite hungry here. I'm thinking about making a Minecraft podcast, one where I would invite other Minecraft content creators onto a world and I would ask them prepared questions and get to know their thoughts and expertise and experience with not only Minecraft and building, but also building their own YouTube channels as well. I do think that it would be very fun to get other people's insights on growing their channels and be able to relay all of that expertise that I've had and others have found along the way to you all. Shram is one of the main reasons that I actually ended up making a Minecraft channel in the first place. For me, Mythical Sausage was a huge foundation and inspiration for me wanting to make Minecraft videos. And so I do think that a lot of the cinematics that I do is an inspiration of the storytelling that I could see from making Minecraft cinematics that Mythical Sausage ended up showing me. And then about maybe 2 years or so ago, I ended up coming across Shram. And I could see that he had such a laid back and chill sort of vibe and atmosphere and was so successful on YouTube, or was starting to pop off. He really did not have many subscribers at that point in time. And so I ended up reaching out to him and kind of let him know and asked him some questions early on and about thumbnail design when I started off on YouTube. And it was like, oh my gosh, like I'm a YouTuber, and I also, Shram is one of the people that I wanted to hang out with in the first place. And now he knows me and respects me and not only gives me advice, but, all of those different little things. And then maybe about 6 months or so ago, he reached out to me and a couple of other content creators to do a video. He was working on a collaborative build project video in Minecraft's End Dimension. And I was recognized as a decent enough builder to be able to hang out with him and make content with him. So I ended up hopping on for about 45 minutes and just freeformed and hung out with him and had commentary. That is one of the videos on his channel that did not perform that well, and I didn't think it was going to, but that is also one of the fun things about making videos, even just like this one right here, where it's like I just knew that I would enjoy being able to challenge myself in a jungle biome. Oh, that's awesome. Daisy, that makes me so happy. You found me through Shram. Now, before we get to expanding our croplands, I really do feel like I want to put this area behind us into a build of some sort. Except for, at the same time, I kind of am having an itch to get ourselves that full set of diamond gear that we were talking about. So this may be something a little bit new to the channel here, a bit more of a live experience of some deep down caving, and hopefully I will try my best to make it as bright as possible, which is one of the reasons I don't usually go down caving in the first place, along with Into the Nether, which I don't even think that we were able to portray, but that is part of the challenge here. So if you're down for some mining experience, a mining montage of my own emotions and whatnot, well, I hope that you're here for it. So down we go into the mines once again, where hopefully we can get to diamond level without too much difficulty. A creeper man, and we can take him down. But I do have a feeling that to make our life easier, we'll make a quick crafting table and then a whole ton of sticks, which we can place into ladders. Although, of course, we already have some enemies coming our way, so we'll have to take out our second zombie friend as well. And we have a third bugger coming along this way too. I'll take him out. Man, get away from me. It's trying to play Minecraft. And then we will continue to dig our way along downside here. Yes, Hayes, I do think crops do grow faster when arranged alongside a linear row. But at the end of the day, aesthetics are not always the same thing as efficiency, I would say. And if you know me as a Minecraft player, you'll know that pretty much 9 times out of 10, I will sacrifice anything in terms of functionality and form and efficiency if it means that what I can make is more aesthetic. I really love building and pushing the aesthetic in Minecraft and the creation and design, those sorts of things, as much as I can. We are back in action as we have a beautiful sunset in the jungle world on day 58. Too much longer and the skeletons would have come. But I was protected by my community tonight. Man, I love Minecraft. And so, with our sturdy diamond pickaxe, we continue to pillar on down and try to get ourselves as close as we can diamond level. I think that before we go down, we can place some ladders back up here. And then it does look like we can continue down along this side here. Maybe place a torch down here, and then continue along as such. Where, if I'm being honest, I kind of just want to continue along down and not have to deal with anyone or anything. Although we all know what they say about digging down one block at a time, so at the very least we can make this a bit more safe. And Chili asks, how long have you been playing Minecraft for? Which I think is a good question, and I don't have one specific date for it. Now, I started playing Minecraft with a good buddy of mine in 2nd grade or so, and we played on a Minecraft server where you could buy land and buy your own plot and have your own house in it and play with other people on the same town. And when I was a kid, I really enjoyed playing like that. It was such a fun time But eventually I got away from the game, and when I came back, what I do know is that the jungle had just come out, I believe, along with the horse and the parrot and all of these other new mobs that were not dangerous but added to the life of the world. And so I got back into the game and had a total blast, just doing my own 2-week Minecraft phase once again. Eventually, I ended up moving on and did Call of Duty for a very long period of time with one of my best friends, eventually to find myself back into the beautiful game of Minecraft around 2017, around the 1.17 update, I do believe. So yes, a long time ago. Man, I love Minecraft. Okay, we're at Y level 59. We'll go up one more, and I hear lava over in that direction, but I also see redstone, so I do feel like we have to take it down very quickly, and then maybe cover it back up. Along with we can take our ladders and head back on up as well. Can you guys hear the lava to the left over here? Do I have a GF? No, I do not have a GF. So it does look like we can maybe extend one more on this side here. Now it is time for us to mine along and hopefully find ourselves some diamonds relatively quickly. But unfortunately, it does seem to me that we do not have any more torches to our name, and it might be kind of difficult for us unless we do this cheesy little tactic right here to get back on up, hopefully, without hurting ourselves. What tier are you in PvP? I am a tier 0 in PvP, and I would love to know what you guys would rate me when it comes to the tier that I happen to be at in building or in video editing. But my PvP level is level 0. I actually, about 2 years or so ago, ended up taking place in a Minecraft $1,000 tournament, and I totally flopped. And I used to play a whole ton of Call of Duty, and I'm very good at it still with the agility and like the, hand-eye coordination and fast-paced timing and that sort of thing. But PvP in Minecraft is definitely not my strong suit, you would say. And hopefully we can get down here in a safe manner. Once again, put our torches into our offhand and continue the search for even more diamonds, which happen to be exactly right there. I promise you, this is not scripted. And so we will continue on with our 3-block corridor, and then we will continue to branch mine off of it and hopefully find ourselves even more diamonds pretty soon. And second time, I promise you, this is not scripted. And we have another one right here too. 4 diamonds right there. 4 diamonds already. I'm okay with that. But I was recently in Spain and I went to a gaming lounge, and here are even more diamonds for us. Look at that. You guys are just a good luck for us tonight. On to even more right here. Look at that, bringing us to 7. And so Slip and the entirety of Stream continued to mine down on diamonds, trying their best as quickly as they could to get their hands on a set of diamond armor, so that within the next 10 days or so, they would be able to take on the Ender Dragon, take him down with an enchanted diamond sword. But unfortunately, as they all knew, and he struck across some lapis, that they would need a whole ton more XP, a whole ton more experience levels in order to make that ordeal happen for us. And so the audience, with their fingers crossed, kept betting on the man Slip, knowing that he was the man assigned for the plan, the man that could do the task, the man that would be able to make it work, make it happen, the game changer, the underdog, the hero that the Minecraft universe really needed, the man Slip, as he continued with his diamond pickaxe, hopping down, getting through redstone, cutting through deep slate like butter, in search as his diamond pickaxe wore away, durability bit by durability bit, trying to make it work so that he could eventually get himself that piece of diamond armor, the one that everyone had coveted for him so much. And they say that superheroes do not need to wear capes. Sometimes all they need to have is monk's robes, a pickaxe in hand, not even enchanted, some deep slate, a wall, a hurdle, a challenge, nothing else. Something that they could really make happen tonight. It's like the Friday night lights went on, but it wasn't even Friday. Just a diamond pickaxe and some deep slate. Just a man with a plan. Just someone who needed someone else to like the stream so that the story could continue, so that the adventure would persevere into something more exciting than just diamond pickaxe and deep slate hunting. in mining, because who knows? Sometimes all they were looking for was a Hail Mary, an 8-piece diamond vein, a torch to lead the way, some diamonds beckoning themselves in the distance for us all, a poem made by Slip, a freestyle made from someone never made to be a freestyle rapper, someone who could never call cap on, a content creator, your $1 million Minecraft hail maker, mic drop, storytelling, Minecraft intuition. I hope you enjoyed. I love Minecraft. Let's see. I feel like here we are. Perfect timing as the Minecraft sound goes off, that scary cave sound. We find even more diamonds. I only know how to say F in the chat. What do you, 3 vein right here too. What do you say? W in the chat? And even more diamonds, bringing us up to a grand total of 13. And so you could once again consider us pretty much suited up. Although we definitely have to figure out our storage situation very quickly. I think that will put our deep slate and our other blocks in here, but we can quickly take out some of these melons before we go to sleep for the night. People say that you're too old to play and you're 12. Well, the spectrum of people that really enjoy Minecraft and get value and satisfaction from it is incredibly large, and I think that it is also a lot larger than most games that happen to exist, which is one thing that is really beautiful about this beautiful game that we have called Minecraft. Yeah, spooky, never too old for Minecraft. I don't think there's any age gate to enjoy and get satisfaction from something like shaders on with a Minecraft rainbow right here and a jungle only world with some wheat crops right here and potential for so much more on the horizon. Yes, Noman, you're probably the youngest son, but that's okay. We welcome everybody. But what a good feeling it is to have diamond armor. And now I do believe it is just about time for us to expand into the jungle right here, clear out some land, and get ready for our next build. Now, I want you to close your eyes. Imagine you're in the jungle. There's nothing but pines and wood and lush landscapes with animals that are all over the place and leaves from flowers that are so big that you never would have expected that you would ever be in an environment that was so vibrant, so animatic, so lively that you were astounded, awed by the fact that something could exist in a world such as this. What would you build? Would it be a nether portal, a storage build? What could it be? What would you put in a world such as this? Well, there is only one way to find out, meaning that it is time that we get back to material collection. I think after we head to sleep for the night, my heart personally leads towards doing a storage build, but also a fish shack on the river sounds like the perfect thing to do. And nothing spices up a world like having a pond or some sort of water design in an area such as this. So I do think that I have to do some sort of list randomizer. So we have a fishing shack, a pretty pond, and a storage house. So let's hit randomize, and it looks like fishing shack has come out in the lead. But unfortunately, we do not have much wood to our name, so I think that it's time that we get to some resource collection and hopefully make this jungle playthrough even more beautiful looking. And although I admit that nature is amazing and I love being in this jungle forest that we have here, it's time that we take our diamond pickaxe and get to chopping down some wood, and then I think make ourselves that base that we were talking about. And by base, I mean the fishing shack. And then we're probably also going to have to get ourselves some cobblestone and some other stone items so that we can make ourselves some other builds, including that pond as well. There's layers to this. It's like the perfect amount of ripples on a Ruffles chip. It's like the most satisfying amount of layers of icing on a chocolate chip cookie, or the exquisite amount of layers on a wedding cake. It's like if the poet of our generation was to revolutionize the Minecraft nation about bringing the best of Minecraft content for the viewer, and being so, became the John Muir of the industry. This is not a soliloquy. It's just truth. I hope that you have enjoyed my Minecraft poetry. Are you going to try the whole beat the game in 100 days thing, or are you going to just do the 100 days series? We are going to try our best to actually beat and complete the game within 100 days. So I do think that it is important that although these oak trees are so incredibly frustrating, that we take them down. Although we're going to have to pillar up like so and find every little bit that is sticking out. But Vo WTS asks, if you were in death row, what would be your last meal? And now for me, if I was on death row, if I was to ask for my last meal ever, that is such a fantastic question. I do think that I personally, and this speaks to me being an American, very much so, would be to have a burger, a hamburger and fries. Now, I am speaking as someone that has recently come back from being abroad. And when I've lived internationally, I think that one of the biggest comfort foods that I have found that kind of brings me back to home and makes me feel a little bit just more secure and comfort has been a hamburger. Regardless of where I've been in the world. Now, at the end of the day, I don't think it has to be a hamburger. It could be a sandwich, anything that is in between two pieces of bread. But speaking genuinely, I do think that if I was on death row, I would ask for one of the best burgers that I could ever have, and probably a bison burger. And importantly, for me, one thing that is a big thing about hamburgers in my family is actually putting chips in the sandwich. In my house, we call it a chipwich, and having that extra bit of crunch is the biggest thing for me that sets an incredible hamburger apart. If you can mix a well-done burger or medium rare, in my personal favorite opinion, with some good texture and some good flavor, that is what makes a really good hamburger set out. And have that with all of the condiments and all of the sides, some french fries and some chips and some mustard and some ketchup and some vinegar. I think that is exactly what I would want to have before my last moments here on the real life planet. Although, of course, we do not want that to happen anytime soon. But honestly, a fantastic question, and I would love to know what you guys think. Wait, I have to read this one. From Daisy, I'd want my last meal be something like a bowl of chili with a phone inside a plastic bag smuggled in it. I need to tell the world I've been framed and the government is silencing me. Daisy's playing chess with it. Welcome, Daisy, to being a slipper. Thank you so much for the support. I really mean that. And I promise you that I will not let you down on having become a slipper or a slipper plus. If you happen to become one, we are not going anywhere. If you become a slipper plus, I do believe that will make a build for you here in the world as well. So thank you. And if there's anything I could ever do to improve the slipper experience, please do let me know as well. But thank you. I'm very appreciative. I love Minecraft. I say, let's head to sleep for the night. The moon operates in mysterious ways, as do we as human beings. Love is always the answer, communication always the tool, but we can find it in one another, and the one who denies that is a fool. Oh man, that rhymed. I hope that was a good poem. I really hope so. Okay, and I think that just a couple of more trees to go, and then we can see what we have in terms of our inventory. And one thing that I've really realized through doing this jungle-only playthrough is that taking out these stumps with one jungle log just makes such a big difference in terms of clearing out the area. Although from time to time they can be hard to find. And so I say let's take down a couple of more trees, which of course every once in a while we're gonna have to pillar up and get a couple more of these oak logs, these jungle logs. But as you can see here, our area that we've already built in is really starting to come together. So I do think that in due time, with all the expansion that we're doing at the moment, this place is really going to start to come together. As they say, brick by brick. And oak log by oak log, something beautiful can really happen. And so I think that we'll take down you along with this oak tree that we have here. And I would love to know, what do you guys think about Minecraft 1.21.7? I love the falling leaves that we have here, along with so many different blocks and pallets and things that we can use to make this world even more beautiful. It looks like we've missed a couple of tree saplings here, so we can take them down like so. Now, my thoughts on the copper golem are subject to debate. Now, way back when, I would have chosen the copper golem when it came to the Minecraft mob vote. And so, to put it quickly, I am very happy about the fact that the copper golem is coming to the game. However, at the same time, I do know that there are plenty of Minecraft vanilla players that do think that all of these additions over time are making it so that Minecraft is becoming less and less vanilla and less familiar over time. And with Minecraft being one of the most popular games in the world, I know that that is a difficult balance to find. So overall, I would say that I'm very happy with the fact that the Copper Golem is coming into the game, but I do know that there are other Minecraft players and content creators that are not feeling the same way that I am, although I do happen to be getting shot from somewhere. And where is the skeleton man? So we can take out our shield and round the corner where we see our skeleton with his enchanted bow. And we'll take him out one piece by one piece, one at a time, until he meets dust. And so you could probably call me the best Minecraft player of all time. Yes, PvP skills, top tier. Where I think that for good measure we'll chomp down on some apples. I do think that we are almost done clearing out the forest. After clearing out the land a little bit, I think that we'll eventually get along to our building project. But I do think that one of the best ways to learn anything in life is through something called deliberate practice. And deliberate practice is when you push yourself to a challenging activity or task at a point where it kind of pushes your limiter and makes you grow in a way that is challenging and difficult and sometimes painful as well, but will accelerate your understanding or aptitude within daily living in a way that most other life events will not for you. And so hopefully that definition makes sense as well. But I do think that if you can engage with deliberate practice as much as you can in a way that is fulfilling and enjoyable to you, that is the best way to not only maximize your fulfillment of life, but also at the same time to just enjoy the process and to become a better skilled and equipped and developed person within the world as well. And so, just like that, our area is a bit more cleared out, except for that jungle route right here. And this one right here too. And I must say that it is very difficult not for me to use any cinematics and only share the story through commentary style. So I will let you know that I'm trying my best, and you'll have to let me know your feedback in the comments below. And of course, these oak trees always give you such a hassle. Man, they are so hard to find. And I do think that this area that we have around us is now deemed suitable for building. We may just have a couple of more trees to fell. So with this area over here cleared out, I think that it's time that we try to make ourselves a fishing cottage. We'll take out our tools, we'll take out our materials, and see what ends up happening here. After we clear out the land a little bit, we've started building our build. There's creeper behind me. But I did want to bring you all back in and show you all that for our infrastructure here, we are actually going to take our diamond axe and strip all of the jungle logs that we have here, which is honestly not very difficult to do, but I have a feeling that it's going to wear down our diamond axe very quickly. And I will admit that it is difficult for me to not be showing this all cinematically, but that is all a part of the challenge of me doing this playthrough for the next 40 days or so. So please definitely let me know, what is your feedback about more of an intimate experience, about seeing the real life block by block playdown of what is happening as opposed to more of the cinematic playthrough. So we'll place down our crafting table, make a whole ton of jungle planks. So we'll continue down, up and down, just like so. I do think that we will continue on with the oak lining here that we have. And so we'll continue on up with a slab at first, and then an upward facing stair, and then a downward facing stair, and then one on the side, and then one up more like so, where we'll take one more slab, place an upward facing stair just like so, and then a downward facing stair just like so. I have no idea how I did it, but I think that I actually got the design down. I totally just locked in right there. I think that we'll head to sleep for the night into our gray bed. We are almost done with our roof design. With just a couple of more stairs, we'll be done with the first half, meaning that we are almost done with the complete infrastructure of the build. Meaning that I do say that we continue on with the blocks that we do have, and so we can take out our slabs and even more along the side, and then a round of stairs along with another upside down like so, and up top once again, and some more slabs, and then some oak logs along the top, which we can get around to stripping on down and placing some torches on top of. And so, just like that, we have a solid infrastructure for the base build that we have here. And so I say that we take away our temporary dirt bricks right here and get around to smelting some stone, because as ETAT admits, this build right here, this off the dome, off the top, spur of the moment sort of build right here is looking not too bad. And I would agree with him on that. But just as the build that you can see that we have right here, it's nothing like a little bit of stone in order to make a build look something special in the jungle. And so, as the sun sets, I say let's get around to making our fishing shack. But for now, we are going to have to continue to get ourselves some stone items. We do happen to have an infrastructure for the build that we have over here. We don't have the stone that is necessary in order to fill it in. So let's take out our brand new diamond pick and get around to mining some stone. During my time in Spain, there was always a very big lunch period where you had tons of food. And then after it, you would relax for a couple of hours, and then the life of everybody would kind of pick back up around 8 or 9 p.m. During the night, and then people were up and awake from 9 to midnight, I would say, very late in the night for me in particular with American standards. But as the sun sets and we get close to day 80 in the world, I think that it is time to head underground once again and get ourselves some stone and some other sorts of material building bricks so that we can continue to make our fishing shack that we have over here. You know, really having good food and fueling filling your body well with energy and with movement and healthy habits, you could say, will make all of the difference, I would say, in how your life kind of pans out for you in your trajectory and so many other things like that. Yeah, there's nothing like a good hamburger and a good bun and like a really good, kind of splurge and that sort of thing. And there's also really nothing that can be said about also being able to have the healthy alternative for that, whether it be a turkey burger and a healthier bun, or a lettuce wrap or a lettuce burger, and also being able to have it in a healthy medium that keeps you on your physical and fitness and health goals. You could say some good entertainment with a side of some even better entertainment. What else could you want or expect or need or desire from anything in the Minecraft realm? Because for me, I know that I'm a simple man, and this simple man wants nothing more than to make a fishing outpost with some stone materials over here. And maybe just one day, one hopeful day, to get my paws onto an enchanted set of gear. We need stone, we probably need some andesite, and we probably also need some mossy cobblestone as well. And we should have somewhere here in our luscious wheat field a place where we can head on down and make that happen. But without a water bucket, we'll have to head on down like so. Now, I do think that this area right here is going to be the perfect spot for us to go and mine. And so I say we start off with our andesite. Now, I know that a couple of you guys that are watching on stream have a couple of upcoming Minecraft channel reviews, which even if you've gotten one before, you are more than welcome to get another one and get another update on your channel. It'll be the pinned comment linked in the stream below or in the description or in the pinned comment of this video. As a teacher myself, I really enjoy giving the knowledge and the experience I have about building 2 monetized Minecraft YouTube channels and being able to convey that to you all. And so if you'd ever like to get a bit more intimate knowledge and a bit more know-how about how to actually build your YouTube channel, definitely take a look at the Minecraft channel review. And I do think that will place our torch into our offhand so that you guys can have a better look of everything that we have going on here. And we kind of have to feel our way out here until we can figure out a more aesthetic way of taking down this cave terrain chunk. Okay, so the game plan here is I've just heard a baby zombie, and I just hopped into detached camera mod, meaning that I have to hit a keybind and then be ready with my head on a swivel for the baby zombie. Looks like down here we have some blocks where we can pillar up if we want to, and then our sword is going to be over on the left, and we have a diamond pickaxe over here on the right. Let's hop right into it and see what happens. Okay. Take out our diamond pickaxe. He has gold armor. Just try to take him out. But then there's other mobs that could come in. There's 3. There's another baby zombie right here. I have 4.5 hearts. I'm gonna hop on up, 3 up, just like that. Oh, look at all right here. Look at all zombie. Let's eat some steak. Oh man, I don't want to die. I would like the XP though, and even more coming. I say let's eat up real quickly and then take a swing of our diamond sword. And again, and a 3rd time, and a 5th time, and take him down. Along with even more zombies and a skeleton behind him too. But you are nothing for my unenchanted diamond sword. And so, just like so, we continue to collect our stone blocks that we'll need for the build. Let's go. And I do have to be careful as the zombie rolls up upon us right here. I do not happen to have a bed, and I do not know if I have left myself a respawn anchor or anything like that. But it happens to be that we are safe for the moment. It is officially day 80, and as you can see, we have some enemies that have come to encroach upon our jungle kingdom. And given the fact that we are 80% of the way through this playthrough, I think it's about time that we take out our diamond sword in hand, after switching out for our shield, of course, and see if we can take on these enemies, these foul intruders on our foreign land. And we have zombies behind me too. And I think we may have to run away. They're taking us out on hearts very quickly. And take him out, zombie, take him out. And slowly but steadily, we'll take him out as the zombie takes down the Bannerman. And there he is with the ominous potion in his hands. We'll take him down with one fell swoop and get it for ourselves. Now, I do happen to have plenty of arrows in me and in the ground behind me, but I would consider that a W. So now that we are back on rainy day 80 here in the jungle-only world, it's time that we continue to work on our fishing shack. But the reality here is that I do not think that I have enough building blocks to our name at the moment, so I think that it's time that we head down into the caves. And at least we'll be able to get away from the rain as well too. And so I do think that we'll have to be careful of the mobs. We already have zombies coming towards us, and on this end over here as well. And so we can take them down. Although, of course, we have a chainmail one over there too. A whole ton. We'll take them down. They won't stop coming. Oh my gosh, they won't stop coming. And this is why I was worried. I think I hear a baby zombie, so we're just gonna head back up here, where we will instead try to just mine out this way, which may be kind of difficult, although I do think that we will be able to make it work. Although, I do happen to hear a baby zombie right over to the left. So I do not think that we're going to head in that direction. And I can't believe, I feel like in every single playthrough, although I spend so much time collecting stone, I never have enough. I always run out of it. And so I think that we'll continue to mine along down this way and hopefully come across some andesite as well. Although my heart rate is pounding, I feel like there are mobs all around me. So we will just have to make do. And I do think that we're going to have to take this ominous bottle and put it in an item frame. I think that it would look pretty inside of our fishing shack. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I think we'll go 2 more layers deep. And then that should probably be enough for us. We'll have this be Chile's house. And so thank you for all of the support. And thank you for the ability to let me shout you out in the video. Now I don't even have a house. We have Mari's house right here. Now we got Chile's house right here. And I don't even have a house now. Man, this world is very beautiful though. I'm very much enjoying this playthrough. Well, what up, Cobb? Hope you're doing well. How did the Lotus launch go? It went well, man. I thought it was a whole blast. I had a very fun time. And it's cool. I've been enjoying Lotus a lot so far. I was so intimidated my first season playing on Lotus, especially that first recording night. And then like just kind of knowing everybody just made it. Dude, Serotonin, thank you too, man. I gotta make you a build too. We'll have the fishing shack be yours right here. W in the chat. Thank you, man. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. Yeah, I was so nervous the first time ever on Lotus last year. But now just knowing everybody and realizing that playing with other people on an SMP is so much more than just like doing it for the views, but it's also just doing it to like have people to hang out with. Y'all, W's in the chat. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. Thank you. Serotonin Setups is the best.com. And take a look at his YouTube channel. Okay, I say, let us take out some of our cobblestone and kind of just start making first outline. And I have no idea what we'll be making exactly here. But I know that since it's going to be for serotonin, it is definitely going to be a good looking build. Meaning that we'll probably go in with 2 different interior walls and then kind of whittle away at them. Make something that's really cool looking. Ooh, this is a good song, a good introduction song, a theme song, a song for the people who shed their hopes and dreams on the warrior's slip so that he could go to the Minecraft Championship, the MCC chip, and choose that he was not made out of failure ship. His enemies called him Blip. They made fun of him with jokes that were shot off the hip, but he said, no, I'm Slip. And I came to win the Minecraft Championship. And so he did it, just like the brand Nike. And after everyone thought he was so icy, so cold, but also as a Minecraft player, so bold. Man, I love Minecraft. Noman, what phone do I have? I have an iPhone. What phone do you have? Daisy Williams, Slip Spear, Part 2. The Electric Boogaloo. And who would have ever knew that in Chile's house there'd be such a comfy bed, so true. Looks like the guy Schwepp is online. Schwepp always gets on and off and on and off so many times. And for whatever reason, if he gets on when I'm rendering my replay mod cinematics, not when I'm making them, but just like when they happen to be rendering, then that notification that he goes on online shows up in the replay mod cinematic. It's so frustrating. So we will come down all the way here. Yeah, and then we can go down with our stairs just like so. And then I think that we'll go up on this side here. And just like so, yeah, that's going to look really good. We'll place another torch in here. And I do think that, honestly, maybe up here, we'll come in with more stairs. Yeah, and just have another arch like that. So I'm definitely a fan there. But let us head to sleep for the night. And so back into Chile's house we go. And then I do think actually on this end over here, I think we'll take down these 2. And then we'll actually have stairs coming up like so. And then these will be 2 entranceways into the house. So we can light it up a little bit so that no mobs spawn in here. Math is for nerds. I totally agree. And I'm totally also a math teacher. Quote me on that one. Okay, that's a good feeling. We have a way to get up there. I honestly think I'm going to take back what we had here. And kind of keep it more consistent with what we have on the other side. Just make things a little bit more symmetrical. which should not take us that much time. And there he is, once again, the man Schwepp. He's getting all these plugs in my video. That was not the intention. And so this will be still kind of a fairly simple design where I will end up coming up kind of just in random fashion as well alongside here with a bunch of different blocks, although you don't want to have too many of them together. And along the sides right here where we have a space, you can actually punch that guy out and generally speaking place another block in there, which we'll do right along here too. And then I usually wouldn't. This will make it look a little bit more like a run-down fishing shack, but since we are quite low on blocks at the moment, we will come in and place some mossy in here too. And then I'll hold off on that side for the moment. We'll wait to have some more blocks where we can come around and do the same thing on this side right here, but look how beautiful this world really is. I think that this jungle playthrough may be one of my favorite 100 days that I've done so far. Although I am working on 100 days in the jungle, or not in the jungle, on a river biome that will be coming out after this one. Not exactly sure when. And then if you have any ideas for other biomes or other sorts of 100 days that you would like to see from me, I think I'd like to start doing some more of them. So let me know what other sorts of 100 days you'd like to see. And now, as you can see, both of the interiors, actually I missed a couple spots up here, are just about good to go. And so we can fix one and fix two. And then I do think that I do want to have a window here. So we can place a stair. That's not a stair. We can place a stair like so. And then we'll come in with some window panes. And of course, we'll do the same thing on this side here, where we'll place down the stair. And of course, I'm missing another block right here. And now on each side, you see, we'll have some window panes. Although actually, I do think, I guess not. No, we want to keep it like this. Would a fence look good as a window? Yeah, I like it. We can take a look at it. I just have to drop off some materials. We have 3 crafting tables and no chests. And so we can take out some oak fences. And then we'll hop back up here, place them in, and do the same thing on this side, where now we can take a step back and look at that. I think it looks perfect for a fishing shack. I do want to see one thing I haven't done in a while, but might be nice. We'll actually take our jungle stairs and place them on this part of the pillar, like so. And we'll do that all around as well. We're just going to have some fun with it and see what happens at first. Now, what we're going to do is place down trapdoors like that. I don't know if we even want this. And try it again over here. Yes. Also, yeah. And we trapdoor in here. It's okay. Get rid of this guy too. Come on. Watch him cook. Let him chef it up a little bit. Okay. I can't. Man. Total bummer. Actually, I think we'll try again to come in with more jungle stairs like so. And maybe we just have it as an entire row like that. Actually, I take that back. Yeah, we'll probably have a slab in here and here. Oh, campfires? That's expensive, but would be a cool decoration piece. Let's see. No reason not to, as we only have 100 days. And this is definitely the biggest build that we've made so far too. So we can head in here and grab all of our charcoal. We have 29, where why not? We can make 16 campfires. And I think that this is going to be a very good idea. And so, I messed it up twice. Can I not put him in? Do I have to put him over top? Let's see. F, man. In the chat. There we go. Just have to place them up top like that. Then on the side, I think I like having them go this way. I do. Take out our shovel just like so. And we can actually place a lantern here too, which will be very nice. Meaning we can also place lanterns here too. I think that this is still, I don't know. What do you guys think about the stone buttons? Let's take a step back. Let's get rid of the big column first. Get a better idea. Thank you for the F. I like that. See? Nice little awning. Kind of adds a little bit more texture when like depth to the build. It breaks like this kind of what was just a big wall area up a lot, I think. Perfect. Now that's why it's worth experimentation. I do think that we will also go around and on every one of the logs here, we'll place down some buttons. And I do know that it is a lot of just stone and wood in this 100 days, but that is what we have. We have jungle wood and oak wood and lots of plant life. And so I'm happy with what we're making, okay? The thing is, I don't think we have iron. We really have to take a look. I like that though. I do think Just to give ourselves an idea of what we're working with, we'll take out our shovel and start to make a path here because this will be the entrance way that we have. Yes, serotonin. I do think it looks good. What is a good lore, like a lore name that includes your name that is also a fish shack? That looks good. I like that. Okay. Oh, and then we could actually, no, I think we'll have a sightline block off right there. But we may extend. I don't know how to make a cow crusher, but I feel like I need to. I feel like I want to get rid of these guys. I know that you can't hear them, but I can very loudly. It does look too like we're going to have a really nice area for an interior too. I say we might as well place down a crafting table inside, and we will try to make some more doors. So we can place 2 jungle doors on the inside like so. And of course, it starts to rain, which honestly, I love the rain in Minecraft. I love Minecraft. And one thing that I wish I had done a little bit more during these 100 days was to automate a couple more of the things. I think that will have to be something that I work on for the next 100 days challenge. But we can once again head to sleep for the night, where we can wake up to "Oh Lazy Daisy's" sign and a bunch of howling cows. I do think that to add some extra accent here up on the roof, we will take a couple of upset or normal facing downstairs like so. Although, man, I'm still noticing we're missing a couple of those blocks. I still have to fill them in. I missed to the wrong block, meaning that immediately we have to fix it. You can see it's messed up the roof, but in no time we can fix that bad boy back up and pillar back on down, where we'll now place a slab on this side of the stair and then lead in with trapdoors right here for a gradient, where we haven't made lanterns yet, but we'll place a temporary torch right here. And then we'll do the same thing on each side here, along with this side over here. And so we can go and take a look. The tree is blocking the perfect cinematic. Man, so close. And so, as you can see, those little additions just make such a big difference with those extra colors and the extra gradient and depth that the build in the awning makes. And you could say that at this point, you could really start to see the vision. Okay, I do think that I want to use plenty of item frames as well, but I do think that we will experiment a little bit here. Try to go in one on each side with the slab, and then again for another miniature arch, when with trapdoors like so. And as you can see, it's just it's a very small thing like that, but even that will, make a big difference, I think. As much as you can work with arches, you definitely do it. Now, I'm not sure if I want to do anything here. Yeah, why not, actually? Oh no, I could be out of oak logs, or oak planks, or oak wood. This could be no bueno. So I do think that along the sides right here, I do want to come in with our jungle trapdoors and kind of keep consistent with the theme that we've built with these builds so far. And then maybe come in with some slabs on the side here too. Or actually, it does seem to be that we're just missing a stair here. It is looking mighty fine. I do think that maybe we'll try to come in with another miniature arch right here. Yeah, I like it. The kind of more pink color kind of starts to bleed in with the trapdoor like that. And man, we are going all out for this build. But I do think that the addition of the campfires was a very good idea. As you can see, placing the jungle trapdoors down like this is just going to continue to add that depth and have the pink sort of bleed into the brown. And just like that, things are looking good. Although I do say that it's time for no more dilly-dallying. So we can grab our iron ingots and make 16 lanterns. Because in my personal opinion, nothing really adds that extra flair to the build than having some light. Although we did miss one sapling here. But underneath where the flowers are right here, we can place down some lanterns. And I'm kind of sticking to the outer portions of the build. And then I do think that we'll pillar up here. And we'll have lanterns on the top. On this side where the logs are, along with on the top of the build. And on this side too. And then once again on the logs over here. And then we can drop on down and place them on the sides here and here. And then over on this side here, we'll place just the one. And already, as the sun begins to fade, you can see how much of a difference it makes. We can also come inside and place down 2 temporary lanterns here. Now, day 88, we only have 12 days left, unfortunately. Man, here in our jungle-only world, that is not a lot of time, but we do have some pretty good builds that we are going to have to connect with one another. I do think that while we can, we are going to come in here with some slabs and make ourselves a floor for the interior. And then after that, we'll head back and we'll get some item frames and really start to make this place look pretty incredible, I think. And so we will start coming in with our stone brick slabs. Although I do have a feeling that this still may not be enough. And so we'll follow on up with our stone slabs too. And then dot in even more andesite. And then maybe grab some cobblestone as well because we barely have any more stone blocks to our name. And finish up with a dotting of andesite and our cobblestone. Of course, we have to replace the bed too. And down you go once again, and we can reset our spawn. And just like that, we have the beginnings of an interior, where of course we can have a second floor if we want to. Ooh, an Arctic 100 days? That sounds awesome. I totally would be down for that. But now I've kind of been learning from a content standpoint, especially even getting these 100 days videos out for you guys. Well, I just want to have like a good story and make cool things here, which we do have. We have Mari's cottage over here, and we have Chile's house over here. Now, Serotonin's fishing shack over here. So telling the story and having a beautiful world to tell it in, for me, is the most important thing. So I'm okay with sleeping the night. And for me, that is the way that I like to make content. And then it also allows for me to go and try other ideas that I have for build projects and types of worlds that I want to play into. I do think that we'll craft 2 brown banners. I don't know where I want them. It's kind of hard to tell at night too. I think that maybe on each end of the base right here, we'll place 1 banner here. And then down on the opposite end, we'll place another one down here, which as you can see, just brings a little bit more brown on each end and brings it in, which we can actually accentuate right here by placing a couple of buttons right there. And then it brings it down more to a point, because the more that you can work with any visual arch when building, the better. And we'll come inside here to place down a couple of pots and some ferns, along with maybe we will make ourselves a bit of a staircase here, which we can do by just placing down some slabs like so. And man, I am running out of materials. I think that we'll come in here with a couple more blocks and close that area off. And then maybe come down with a couple of slabs like so too. Then we'll take out a red mushroom and put a fern in here too. I do want to texture this up a bit too. And so we'll place a couple of andesite slabs in. Can you guys hear the cops? Something I did not think I was going to say aloud publicly today. And just like that, we have a miniature staircase area. I do think that for the time being, we will come up and just fill in the area with some jungle slabs, mainly because that is kind of all we have the materials for. But actually the brown and kind of pinkness adds really nice to the build. So we will continue along like so. And I feel like, if I'm being honest, recently I have not even been doing the second floor. I've just been like covering the top. But now that I'm doing this live on stream, I feel like I have to do second floor, which is the only reason that the staircase exists, if we're being honest here. Maybe we'll try to make ourselves a chimney here, which is something that I have not done in a very, very long time. Although I may not even have enough materials to do so. Too fat. I don't like it. And then unfortunately, since we are out of oak logs, we'll come in. It's going to look a little bit different on the side, but round it out just like that. And then come in with some jungle buttons, just like so. Maybe not too many, but I think I'm okay with 2 on the side. I'm chefing. I'm trying to chef at least. I'm trying to figure it out. Boom, there we go. If there's a will, there's a way. Look at that. A mini little furnace area. And Serotonin, now it is a good thing that we have an oak fence window because this fire is just burning into the second floor. Hey, it's not the most perfect chimney, but I think it gets the job done. We know what we're talking about. Well, we will continue to line the outer edge, I think, like that, and like so with our slabs, and head to sleep for the night. OSHA approved. Yes, an OSHA approved fishing shack, which speaking of, we are about to absolutely burn through our wood, but there's nothing like a fishing shack without tons of barrels. So we're going to use a couple inside, but that's not the main purpose here. On the sides here, we'll place down a whole ton of barrels, which as you can see already brings that attic-y vibe. And then by the windows on the top, we'll go 3 barrels on each side, and then encase them on either end with our trapdoors. We'll do the same thing on this side here, and encase once again with the trapdoors. And then of course it would not be a slip build if we didn't also have a couple of flowers in here too. And then we can come in with our ferns just like so. and then replace our torch here with a lantern up here. And I think that this is actually pretty okay with a light source. I don't like having it too bright, which actually my brightness is quite bright right now because we went caving. This is much more how I like it. We can kind of make like a little shelf right here. Actually, I do think that I kind of like it. It actually fits into the area quite well, and it does seem that we will have enough resources for this too, and just barely, this is our last pot. But look at that, that actually looks not half bad. All right, perfect. Yeah, I do think having a barrel here is better. You would live here, not gonna lie? Cool. If I have wood, then we can maybe do something where we can come in with a couple of paintings. And then one kind of cool thing that I've been experimenting with is almost having some banners that come down through here as like, I don't know, just like a little towel sort of area. I don't know, it's fun. You may like it, you don't have to like it. And then we have a couple more paintings right here. That's smart. Yeah, this is good, especially if you have a cauldron right here. It works really well as like an actual washcloth if you put water in the cauldron too. And then I do say that for good measure, we can place down a barrel and a campfire right here as well. And then maybe one on top here and one to the side as well, which as we take out, you can see that just adds a little bit more. But we finally have a bed in the fishing shack, so it's time that we head to sleep for the night. We'll actually place down another campfire inside here, like we have some logs that are ready for the campfire, for the chimney. And then we are going to actually pillar back on up to the roof of the build, where on the very end, we're actually going to place down some bamboo in a flower pot and repeat the same on every single end after I change the music. And then we're actually going to work a bit more magic here on the roof. Now, this is one of the benefits that comes along with coming back to a build after a couple of days, because with a good night's sleep, you can oftentimes get more inspiration on the type of things that you want to build. So actually, to add some extra accent to our roof line, we're going to come up on the top here, and on the edge, we're going to place down a fence line just like this. And then we will have to craft a couple of more, but then we're going to go with 3 fence gates right in a row. And then right after it, we're going to place another one of our fences like so. And so we will do the same once again. And if we want to be extra fancy dancy, we can actually come up to the top middle fence right here. And why not put a flower in a pot at the top? And man, oh no, I just want to get a good look at the roof line now. Do I have English premium? I don't know what that means. So the answer is no. What's English premium? And thank you, I appreciate that. But now you can see that the roof line is completely changed. It has so much more of an arch and so much more depth to it. Although we are really only using oak logs and our jungle logs at the same time. It's really quite pretty, if I'm being honest. And I feel like seeing me do this on stream, hopefully you see me adjusting settings and seeing how I record certain bits too. But just like that, although our build is almost complete, we are not 100% of the way there yet. This build is actually, to be honest, this build is looking really cool. I hope that I do not run out of stone buttons. No, with 2 left, we are okay, so I think that we'll place them right here, just for some texture. Although at the end of the day, that is the back of the build, so no one's really going to see it. Unless, should I release a world download for this? How about this? If this video gets 100 likes, then I will release in my Discord my world save for this, and you can see all of the depth and everyone that's hung out on stream, be able to walk throughout the world and maybe even meet up together on it too. So leave a like on the stream if you're interested on that, and if you're watching the stream after the fact, come and hang out for another one, and we'll get that to happen if we get 100 likes on the video, which has happened. It's happened before. We'll have to see what happens. It's happened before, but we'll have to see what happens. Okay, but there's pretty much one other thing that I want to do. Although, look how pretty our house is starting to look, and we're going to have to make a dock here next. The sky, especially as it turns into blue, into purple, into yellow, into a little bit of red. It's so beautiful. But we will once again head to sleep for the night. Although we are definitely running out of time, it is officially day 93, meaning that we only have 7 days left in this world, only 1 week. And although this place is looking pretty good, we are not fully complete with it yet. And although I'm loving this interior, it's just about time that we move on so that we can get to completing the base before the end of the challenge. And we'll place the ominous bottle that we got earlier right in this item frame here, which looks fantastic amongst all of the jungle saplings. And then we'll come inside for the interior, and I think we'll place one more item frame right here and one iron nugget right here just for decoration, along with maybe one more item frame on this wall right here. And then maybe a torch for decoration right there too. Now you can see that we're even working with angles here where we have some green that's leading up in a slanted fashion with the potted plants, with the bamboo sapling leading up to the one with the fern that we have here. And this build really did benefit from the extra little patio awning entranceway that we have right here that blocks the sun and gives a bit more shadow to the area. But I do say that since we have one more painting, let's try to see if we can put it right there, the perfect spot for it. But I must say that it is time for us to continue on transforming the islands that we have around us. And I think that we're going to start on off by enclosing our cow pen a little bit. So we will come along into the pen here. And I think that as best we can, we will try to enclose everything off. And then we will get into a wonderful question asked by Noman21. But you just got to be patient with every once in a while kick in the rear. No way, I did not know that at all. You can craft a saddle now? That is a game changer. I did not know that. And so we will place the bed of Spooky Swift right here. I think this will be his bedside table. And we can place a crafting table along with maybe a potted plant right here, make things a bit cozier as I fall down. Although I do think that in order to make the bedding area a bit more compact, maybe we come in with a jungle trapdoor just like that. We have his little bedding area. And so now Serotonin and Spooky are roommates here in the jungle world. I like that. It's fun. Oh, it's so fun having lore to the builds, having a story, a reason to put them in. But I do think that we're actually going to condense down this cow farm even more. And I think pretty significantly so too. So we can come back on in here. And now, unfortunately, these guys are going to have to go. If I could land my pickaxe, that is. Hey, but the good news is that we're going to get ourselves plenty of experience and leather. Why is there an iron sword in my inventory? It's been there for at least 40 days now, and I have not done anything about it. And actually, I do believe that the sword has sweeping edge. It does not have a sweeping edge, by the way. They may say that 1 is the loneliest number, but there is a great strength in that, in the uniqueness and the diversity of that 1, no matter the mean, the way, the being its form. If it is 1, it has an immense amount of beauty and strength in that one thing. Now, there may be an immense amount of loneliness, an immense amount of solitude in being that 1, but never forget that that 1 is not just 1, but it is 1 with something so much greater than that one thing that is a part of it, and you are a part of it, but it is a part of you, and it makes you one thing together. We're also going to come around every once in a while here and there and come up with some fence posts. It works especially well on the corners, and then we can come just like so, and then strip it down like this. And then we'll come up one more time so that we have 3 fence posts just like so, and then attach another fence post to either end. And so I think that we'll do it on this end as just like so as well. And there he is, the man Schwepp once again, getting another shout out. But now we can place our lanterns just like this, and once again strip down the wood and do the same thing on this side here. And just like that, we have a not too bad start for a dock. And now, this might get expensive, but we're running out of time in this world. So I say, why don't we try to fill in this area with fence gates as well, which, as you can see, fills in the area so much more and makes it so much more of a fishing shack as well. Man, I love Minecraft. Hey, Spooky, do not blame me. That comes from Gribbly Games. Gribbly is another member on Lotus. It's going to become a thing. But ladies and gents, we are now on day 96 out of 100. We're coming down to the wire. So I do think that it is of the utmost importance that we at least continue to get this path in as much as we can and try to make it look pretty. For the thumbnail, if anything. But I do also want to plant a whole ton of crops as well. We may try our best for the next couple of nights, maybe to not sleep for the night too, depending on how much we want to get done. Day 96, baby. Hype, hype, hype. I've actually really enjoyed this playthrough as well. And a big blast. And doing a lot of it live has been really fun too. So I'm very excited to see what the video ends up starting to look like too. I am excited enough about it that I probably will start to get to editing as soon as I stop streaming and recording this tonight. And that is looking quite good. Yes, I'm okay with that. But I do think that as it starts to rain, it is officially time to take down the Nether portal. One of the greatest joys that I've found about doing YouTube is that not only have I found people that love the content not only do they love Minecraft content and gaming content, but they love Minecraft content and they love the type of Minecraft content that I make. And they also love my type of Minecraft content that I personally happen to create myself. And so you can think about those subs as just numbers. But the reality is that although many of the subs are going to just watch from afar and maybe won't say anything, the real reality is that there is going to be a percentage of those people that subscribe and consistently watch your videos that do start to get the feeling that they do know you on a deeper level and not only like the content that you make, but like you for you. And so that might not be everybody, but the more that you gain subscribers, the more you find and have access to, and YouTube throws your way people that are just like that. And the feeling of having so many people that are real people that actually interact with you and connect with you is 10 times, 100 times more priceless than it ever will be to have content or have tons of subs, especially if you're not getting views. But like the reality is, it's the people that you meet along the way. So having extra subs or paying, especially even paying for extra views, doesn't mean anything, because the reality is you want to have that feel-good feeling of finding really good people that love you exactly for what you make and not having to pay for those people to come your way. It's the whole social, back in the olden days, quote unquote, and it still exists. People will pay for friends through a medium in so many different ways. But the friends are not real friends. But through YouTube, you can actually build a community of people that really vibe with you for you. And that ability to find people like all of the people that we have on the signs right here all around us and throughout all of the different playthroughs that I've had and are hanging out here on stream are a testament to that genuine real connection, which is way different and way better than I think having an extra couple hundred numbers, on your sub count. Because as soon as you get there, especially, the only thing you're going to want to do is have more subs. And so where does it end? What's the point of it if it doesn't really get you anywhere? Now, it's a great question, and I hope that I explained it well, but my experience has shown me that it's totally not worth it. And so we'll have to do a world tour on day 100. Oh, what a bummer as the sad music plays. I think that we'll do one more round of a 3x2 column, and then honestly put in all of the bits and bobs that I love to put into a Minecraft world. I think that will take this coal for good measure as well, and get some experience and some lapis as well, although we don't really need it. And then I do believe that we will have to head back on up to the surface, which is kind of a bummer. Honestly, we could have gotten an enchanting setup and we have the materials for it, but I just don't feel like I have enough time to make this place look as aesthetic as I want to and be able to make it happen at the same time. So we will immediately get back to work at making ourselves a path. So we should hopefully have enough time. But we are going to take down some torches over here, make sure that we can light up the area a little bit more. Although I do have a feeling that it might not be enough for us to be able to withstand the night, but we can start to place down our cobblestone slabs anyway. Although it does look like we do happen to have some more torches, so we can place them down very quickly. Yes, a good idea. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so smart. And here comes a zombie in gold armor right off to the right. But we can't stop working. We can't stop working on the path. And so we'll just play a game of Call of Duty Zombies and keep working on it as much as we can. You see, just taking out our stone blocks, dodging and weaving from the sky. You see, you can barely even catch up to me, and I'm building at the same time. Although here comes a second guy. So it's just about time for our sword Excalibur. We'll take him down with a couple of fatal swipes, and just like, damn, how uneventful. And just like that, we can steadily get back to cobblestone slab placement. Although we are quickly going to run out of blocks, I can tell. But we can keep punching holes in the ground and keep working on the path. PvP God. I could not agree with you more. I am the best PvP lord in the Minecraft universe. So we'll make ourselves some stone brick slabs and then some stone slabs as well. And I have a feeling that I'm going to jinx myself, but playing in the night so far is panning out for us. Although I do have a feeling that we're still going to run out of stone blocks here. But I do see that the moon is starting to come down, meaning, of course, that the sun is going to come up and that hopefully we will be in decent shape. And man, yeah, we're definitely running out of stone bricks. It is officially day 98. We are running out of time. But I must say, I am very happy with everything that we have accomplished here in the 100 days. And we will definitely have time to finish the path. It's really just how much farmland can we get done too. I do think that it is time for us to punch out the last bits of dirt in our race to beat the sun, and then come in with our stone bricks and our stone slabs to give the final touches on this pathway design. And I am somewhat being methodical right now. I'm trying not to have it be too textured with the cobblestone. Oh man, but we are running low on blocks as we hit the finish line. Now let's see, do we have any diamonds left to our name? And we have no diamonds to our name. Rest in peace to the diamonds. But unfortunately, it is almost day 99. However, we are quickly as we can, especially during the night, going to start to punch a couple of holes in the ground. And then we're going to fill in as much of the area as we can with some water. Look, don't make me heartfelt too. It's okay. We will have the On the River Only world coming up. We'll probably start live streaming in this style very quickly like this. If the videos do really well, I have a feeling they could do well. Then we'll do more of them. They just won't have as much cinematics. But one thing I've learned is when I started YouTube, I thought that the only thing that would make me and like stand out at all on the platform was the fact that I could get really good at cinematics, and that's why I did it. But I've also realized on my second channel, I've done a lot more like podcast related things, and things to really have people get to know me a little bit more, and people have really enjoyed that stuff as well. So I do think that it is something that is worth exploring as we come across this. Thank you. I really do try to treat the live streams like videos themselves. And the whole point as well, like, you know, I think that if in live time it's exciting, then it should be just exciting on itself and by itself. Hopefully, that's the idea. Day 98. The moon is still in the sky. We're about to land the plane, and it is kind of a heartfelt feeling as we see if we can maybe even get ourselves the game plan here, really. Even if we have to go right to the finish line, is to expand the farmland as much as we can. I'm gonna say I'll be okay with it right over to here if we can. Which sword should we choose? The iron sword or the diamond sword? Damn, but we'll take you out. And then straight away start taking out our water bucket and commence to hydrate the land. Good, the streams have been so fun. Okay, good. That makes me so happy, y'all. It helps me with my commentary, and it also really does foster, hopefully, that connection with you all. As the sun begins to rise on day 99, I don't think that we've probably given ourselves enough farming in this world to really make it happen, but we'll have to see. So we can place our last buckets of water into the land. A couple more buckets of water into the ground. And man, everything just always looks so good when you have a wheat field. It's like my favorite thing to have in Minecraft. Man, I love Minecraft. Okay, but I do think it is go time. We can take out our iron axe and our iron hoe, and get around to not place torches down, to actually hoe up the field. Till down the field. Is that the right way to say it? I love my damn third-person water placement. Look at me go. professional Minecraft player here. Messed up. But we gotta lock in. We gotta lock in here. Oh man, it's gonna make this area look so good though. I can already tell it's exactly what it needs. And it's always so satisfying seeing the dirt become more hydrated and become a darker shade of brown. Just to look at it, it's so nice. And yes, we will be coming all the way in through the melon patch as well if we can. Although I do think I'll do this part in first person, makes it a little bit easier. And although there goes our iron hoe, we may run out for our other one too. But on we push, Gotta lock in, baby, gotta lock in. There goes our other iron hoe. We're down to our last one. The last iron hoe that we can afford for the 100 days. Okay, I do know that I want to get as much done as here as we can, but we may run out of seeds as well. So we'll go as far as we can here, meaning that let's immediately put down some seeds into the ground. Oh man, I can't believe it's almost day 100. I'm definitely feeling the time crunch here. Like I want to take a look at what we've done with the path, but I still haven't. We just have to forge on and leave a like on the stream for day 99. We're almost there. It's almost time to land the plane. It does look like we'll have enough seeds for this area too, although we do happen to be running out of daylight. So we'll have to see what happens here. I am very glad that we ended up cutting down the fence area that we had for the cow pen. But man, we're going to have to take a step back for a second at least. I want to see what the crop fields is going to look like. The last seeds that we're going to be placing in this world. It's been such a fun adventure. And if I'm being honest, I thought that I was going to be able to make more builds and be able to have this place even more detailed than I thought, but I guess 100 days goes by even faster than you think it might be. What do you guys think? An Arctic playthrough coming soon? I feel like that could be very fun. Oops. It does look like as the sun begins to set that we will be able to fill in the first little plot of crops here. But the question is, will we be able to get this area done overnight? And with only a little bit of durability left in our iron hoe, there is only one way to find out. Although I do have a feeling that we are still going to run out of seeds. So I do have a feeling, even if we're unable to complete this field overnight because we'd run out of resources or whatnot, I do have a feeling just for the thumbnail and for me to feel good and satisfied about this project, we will complete this field regardless. And if you get mad at me for that, I say, well, poo you. I feel like it's only understandable. And maybe you could even applaud me for not wanting to leave this project completely unfinished, as there goes our last iron hoe. And so I say, let's see how far these seeds can get us. A complete field is a happy field, and I think that you could only agree. But man, the completed field is going to make this place look awesome too. And I feel like one thing that I don't even know if I would do if I didn't do YouTube is I try my best to kind of go left to right or up and down and do it in rows and columns, because when you go back and you look at replay mod, it makes it look a whole ton better. And there goes the last of our seeds. I have an idea and I'll talk about it on day 100. It'll make me happy and I think be a good send-off as well, a good tie-off. But as you can see, we've transformed a whole decent bit here. This will all become part of the field and it will be beautiful. And so we can munch on some steak. And then see if we can do anything with some pots at the moment too. And the skeleton came exactly this way and the zombies are coming now. And here they come. And there's always a little bit more decoration that you can always put into a world, such as a couple of decorated pots here and there where we can place in our oak saplings. And as you can see, it already adds a little bit of life. Dun, dun, dun. And then on top of a couple of these melons, we can also do the same thing and place the saplings in here, along with in the wheat field, especially around where the watermelons are. I think that we can make a couple of stacks of wheat bales. I think that we'll do one that's actually too tall right here, and then also place just a couple of sporadically around the area here too. And then since we have the wood and it's nice to fill in the area too, I think that will also come around and here and there, although we don't want it to be too noisy, we're going to come around with a couple of composters. And we can even break up the field a little bit and do it over here too. But as the sun comes up on our 100 days world, I think that we'll place in a sign, one that says slips 100 days, July 22nd, 2025, as the beautiful sun comes up on day 100. It is a sad feeling to have to potentially say goodbye to this world. And I do think that there is one thing that I would love to do in particular to end out this world after we give a bit of a world tour. Although, of course, we do not even have the materials that we need in order to do it. But what a bummer. Now, a grand welcome to our completed 100 Days Jungle World, where over here we have Chile's house with Louis the Duous on this side here, and Actual Pug on this sign right here. We have a nice little cow pen and a couple more signs that say Serotonin Setups right over here, and then Rose right up over here from one of our first live streams of the 100 days. We have a couple of brown sheep and some cows as well, although there used to be a whole ton more of them. I like how neatly and compact they are over here. Over here, we also have Irie Zane Studios on the left side of the build, along with the Winter's Gem, who happens to be the first ever slipper from over 2 years ago. Over on this side, we have another wonderful look at the build with some hay bales and some barrels over here, along with some decorated pots with some saplings in them as well. And we have Command Block Wiki right here, along with the cat editor. We can make our way over into the interior where we have an oak door and actually a stone pressure plate right here, who's recommended by Hayes Pierce. And then we have Noman 21 right on the left side here, where we have a furnace area with some pots where we have some jungle saplings and some furnaces as well, along with Chile's bed and some banners and a Lazy Daisy right up on this side where we have some windows with our cows, and then a bit of a storage area over here. And so we can walk through the pressure plate where you can see that we have a variety of different crops in the land. Over here, we have wheat and sugar cane, and then a couple of composters that are spread throughout farmland. We have done the same over here with our melon patch that we have recently just added a couple of wheat bales to, along with some more composters, and this entire area that you can see that we have filled in, leading on over to the fishing cottage, now has wheat growing all alongside it. Although we did not happen to have enough time to get over here, but that's something we'll discuss very soon. Over on this fancy side, we have Mari's cozy abode, as you can see on this sign right here, where we actually have a couple of lodestones, which I've never used for building ever, and multiple layers of stone bricks that have allowed for us to do a quite fancy kind of exterior with windows and with our flowered pots, of course, and even chains with more of them and lanterns heading down from the ceiling as well. On both of these builds, you'll notice that on the bottom of the wooden pillars that we have here, we have barrels, which is just a nice little building accent that we have. But we can head on inside, and you'll notice that we have our enchanting table, which we never really unfortunately got to using, along with a couple of decorated pots here, some item frames and some paintings on the wall, and then a little sleeping area for Mari that also has Cobb and Ace 8 and Sleepy Obama in the building as well. I do like this build, but I do think that it could benefit from a couple of bookshelves or something in this area, and we could have extended the path area leading out to maybe a dock or something over here if we had time for it as well. But unfortunately, that was all that we were able to do within the 100 days, but I'm still a very happy man with how all of the builds that we made just freeform on stream have come out. And so as we walk over in this direction, you'll notice that we have a stone brick path that just kind of leads all the way over here to our biggest build, and probably my favorite, I would say, which happens to be Serotonin's Fish Shack right over here. We really went all out with this build with tons of different arches and a really cool awning that we have right here with oak trapdoors that are leading as stilts and pillars on the sides. And then just some really good work with contrast and being able to make texture stand out when you only have a couple of different blocks to work with. And unfortunately, we were unable to get ourselves an iron chain. And so, although the sign is not as fancy, we have Serotonin and Spooky's Fish Shop. where the path and the awning leads on off into a cutesy little dock area that overlooks the jungle. And I really do like how it has turned out. This is where our sign for Slip's 100 Days happens to reside, and it would be a wonderful place to go fishing. And that's what I wanted to do, but we don't even have any string to do so. And so we can head in through the double doors that we have right here to a really beautiful little sleeping area with a cozy little furnace that we have right here for serotonin, and some item frames and some paintings, and of course even more flowers with pots. And then we have a couple of barrels for storage right here, a couple of more doors that will lead on off, and then we have some awnings, a couple of little shelves right here that happen to have a mushroom and then another potted plant with a fern. If we head up our measly little staircase right here in a nice fun way, we have to, in a cozy sort of way, we have to duck our head, and then we can head up here to where we have a nice little kind of cozy storage area with barrels right here, but tons of life and tons of place to area to breathe, I would say, which is important given the fire that we have right down below here. And then we have a nice little bed area that is the residual place, the home for Spooky Swift up here in the attic that we have for the fishing cottage. And I am assuming that they help each other out with the fishing business. And if we were able to do a 200 days here, I would assume that we would see even more infrastructure with their business. But unfortunately, as the sun sets on day 100, we are going to have to call it. And this makes me a sad, sad man. And I have one other thing to share with you as well. And that is off camera, even if we don't get to 100 likes, I am still at this point in time going to go and complete this wheat field and make this island complete in a way that makes my heart happy. And so we'll show it off cinematic style, which makes me the happiest bit about it too. Thank you so much for reaching this point in the video. And if you're a Minecraft content creator and you'd ever like to get a bit more help growing your Minecraft YouTube channel, take a look at the pinned comment links down below, because I'd love to help you. And if you really enjoyed this video, and as the phantoms come on down and we head inside, I'd encourage you to take a look at the video that you see on the screen right here. And adieu, adow, and there it goes. We've been whisked out by the phantoms. That is all she wrote. We can head to sleep for the night. And for all of you guys that have hung out with me live during this entire event, goodbye, you foul beast. I appreciate you all. So long, phantoms. So long, Jungle World. And the biggest thank you for you all for spending time with me all. That didn't make sense. And thank you all for spending time with me today on live stream.